near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Hey, it's Nate with another piano tutorial. Today I'm doing My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. I have to admit, I was one of those kids who saw the Titanic over and over again in theaters, and to this day, this song gets a huge emotional response out of me. I'm gonna show you an easy but great sounding way to play this song using chords if you wanna accompany yourself while you sing. Let's jump in. Okay, so first off, I recommend you get the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description. That'll help you follow along and see where the chords and the lyrics line up with each other. And big picture, this song is, until the end, in the key of E major. So we've got 4 sharps, Fs, Gs, Cs, and Ds are all sharped, and this is middle C here, just for reference. We're gonna start out with the intro, and I will show you that tin whistle melody. Here's the underlying chord progression for this section, and we're gonna do these chords with our left hand so our right hand can play the melody part. So we've got a C sharp minor. We're gonna do it like this. So we've got C sharp, E, and G sharp, stepping down to a B major. So that's gonna be B, D sharp, and F sharp, and then an A major. That's A, C sharp, and E. I know on the chord chart it says A equals A sus 2. That's the case for everything else in the song, except for what the left hand does in this section. So just wanted to point that out. Now we're in 4/4 time, so each one of these measures gets 4 counts, and we're counting kind of a slow 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just the left hand by itself here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then back up to B, 2, 3, 4. And for this intro section, it's gonna go around twice on that. And if your left hand isn't as used to playing chords as your right hand, you could totally just do the fifths, the outside notes. It'll still sound really good with the melody. So let's do this melody. We'll take it in little chunks. So first chunk is, we're gonna start with our right hand thumb on E here, and it's gonna be E, F sharp, G. The second F sharp there is kind of quick, just almost sliding into that G sharp. And when you hit that F sharp, the second one, that's where the C sharp minor hits. Okay, that's the first chunk. The next chunk is gonna be F sharp, E, F sharp, B. So second finger, thumb, and then you can use your pinky there. And the B here, the B chord in the left hand is going to hit on that second F sharp in this chunk. So far we've got okay, next chunk is going to be note-wise A, G sharp, E. Now we've got a C sharp and B down lower. So I'm just going to kind of cross my second finger over. You can just kind of lift your hand and place it too. C sharp, B. And the chords, so we've got A, G sharp on the E. That's where you're going to hit that A, and then C sharp, B. So one more time, this whole line. I just want to say, I know there's some extra quick little details that the tin whistle does, like that kind of thing. I don't think it sounds as good without the expressiveness of that particular instrument. If you find some of those details to be really important to your ear, I think there are some videos on YouTube that'll help you get that melody exactly as you hear it on the recording. So the second time through starts the same way. The first 2 chunks are the same. We've got another. But now the melody is going to go up a little higher. So this final chunk is going to be G sharp. I'm just going to move my hand up and put my thumb in there. G sharp, B, C sharp, B, F. The A is going to connect on the C sharp, and then the B is going to connect on the final F. So we've got So one more time on that second line. Every night in my... Yeah, so we are now in the verse. Here is the chord progression for the verses. So let's just go through. We're now going to be doing the triads in the right hand, and then the left hand can just do single bass notes on the note that the chord is named after. So first we've got an E major chord. I'm going to do this lower E with my thumb, and then we've got B, E, and G sharp. Next we've got the B chord. So this is the same triad we were just doing with the left hand. Notice that getting from the E to that B is really smooth. You can keep your thumb in the same place. I'm using my fourth finger here. Now we've got the A, and like I sort of alluded to, through all the verses and choruses, all the A's we're going to do as an A sus2. I just wrote it on the chord chart as A's, so there's just not a bunch of sus2, sus2, sus2. It just looked too messy. So we're going to do A, B, and E. The A major sounds good too, but the sus2 really gives it the color that it has in the recording. Okay, then this next measure is kind of split in half. The first half is going to be, we're going to step up to a B bass note. It's a E over B. So we're going to go right back to that same E we were doing at the start, but do a B bass note, and then we're just going to bring it down to the B. So that can be really smooth like that. And the measure is split in half, so each of those gets 2 counts, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So with the singing, that first line is going to be, every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. So just notice, just playing really quiet, super gentle, and I'm singing an octave lower than Celine Dion does. And the next line, pretty self-explanatory here. It just has 2 measures of A there. That is how I know you. Go on. And depending on what sounds better to you, you could just hold that out or hit it for both measures. And then it just goes around again with different lyrics. Far across the distance, and so on. Cool. So next we are going to be in the chorus. So that's the near, far, wherever you are. So here's the underlying chords for that chorus. So it's the same C sharp minor we were doing in the left hand before. I'm going to do that bass note with my third finger there. So near, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3. Wherever you are. Now second line. I believe that the heart does go on. So just notice at the end of that line, after a full measure of the A sus2, I keep accidentally playing an A major. After the full measure of A, we have another half a measure to B, to kind of stepping back up to once more. You open the door, and your last line, here in my heart. And so new chord there, G sharp minor. Same exact shape as that C minor, or C sharp minor. You're just moving it down here. So pinky can kind of just move down to do that G sharp bass note. Then we got a G sharp, B, and D sharp. And then to finish up the line, my heart will go. And this is just that E over B to B. Again, same thing as the verse. On and. Final thing I'll say about this chorus is just to have the energy start to build a little bit, I'm going to start doing half note chords in the right hand. So just playing every 2 counts, is they're going to hit on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Still just keeping my playing really gentle. So that chorus leads right into an interlude, which is another one of the tin whistle sections. And here is the notes for that. Notice it's basically the second line from the intro exactly, only I'm just starting it on the G sharp. So I'm not doing the, we're just gonna start on the G sharp. And this is the one that goes high. Couple thoughts here. So that's going to be coming right out of the chorus. My heart will go on and on. If you hear those pickup notes, the da 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 da, you can still do them, but it's sort of overlapping with the end of the chorus, and it's a little tricky to do and sing. My heart will go on and on. Yeah, something like that. One other thing I want to mention is I might just do a little bit of light arpeggios in the left hand. So just instead of just hitting the left hand all at once, you can do something like. I'm doing bottom, top, middle, top, middle. The rhythm doesn't matter too much. You can just be kind of loose with it. It sounds really nice. So after that interlude, we are in the second verse, really similar to the first verse in a lot of ways, but the energy is picking up here. So I am actually going to do octaves in my left hand just to give it a little bit more power. If you can't make that stretch, you could do the lower octave, whatever sounds best to you. And also I am going to continue those half note chords that we were doing in the chorus, and just play a little bit louder in general. So we've got love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime and never let go till we're gone. Now the second half's a little different. Love was when I loved you one true time I hold to. But now we go to C sharp minor. In my life will down to G sharp minor always go on. And then we're going to be heading into the next chorus. One more kind of advanced and optional detail that I might like to throw in is at the lines where you have two measures of A sitting there. I might fill in that space by doing something like so that would be, well, thinking an eighth note, so kind of dividing the beat in half. 1 and 2 and 3, and then maybe hitting left hand again on beat 4. You can even throw that in the first verse. We're not doing octaves there, but you could maybe do it on the fifths. So A and E, and then just going up the notes of the right hand chord one at a time. 1 and 2 and 3, and then maybe hitting the left hand again. I'm probably going to just throw that in sometimes in my cover. So now we're in that next chorus, just like the first chorus, except for now that we've established those left hand octaves, I'll probably keep doing those near, far, wherever you are. Okay, so I just did something a little different there. As the energy gets going, I might sometimes play on beat 4 with my left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just gives a little bit more movement. And then one more thing, since I showed you that kind of cool arpeggio option, in the middle of the chorus, when you have that moment where it walks up from A to B all in one measure, I might do something like this. So A octaves here, 1 and 2, and so just the notes of the A sus2 chord. 1 and 2, and then on beat 3, we're gonna hit the B octaves. 3 and 4, and we're gonna do the B, the D sharp, and then actually the E. It's that kind of sus4 sound that some of the instruments in the recording are implying. And then step into that. It might actually be even better to use your second finger there so that your third finger is where it needs to be to land on that C sharp minor chord. So that's like, I believe that the heart does go on. Once. That kind of fills in the space of the why does the heart go on. That's the only thing that ever bothered me about this song. I always thought that sounded a little cheesy, those background vocals here. Anyway, coming out of that chorus into the next and final interlude section works the exact same way it did before. So we hit that na 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 na. Here is the interlude 2 note. So it is really similar to what we did at the beginning, but again, just starting on the G sharp. Ba, da, 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 da. So like the first line of the intro. Now, this starts like the second line of the intro. But here's where it's gonna start getting intense. We can bring our thumb to this G sharp. We're gonna start reaching pretty high here. We got a C sharp there, G sharp, B, C sharp, and that's where the A hits. And then now we've got the da, da, da. So just to zoom in on this last chunk again, we got G sharp, B, C sharp using 1, 2, 3 there. D sharp, you're gonna run out of fingers on your way to the E, and then F sharp. So you could just hop your pinky like I just did, or you could maybe cross under to the E and then F sharp. And it says G sharp minor here for when you get to that E. I'm just gonna do the fifth, so just the outside 2 notes of the G sharp minor. So the G sharp and the D sharp, and it's really building here. This is leaning into the climax. All right, and now we are gonna hit the bridge. You're here, there's nothing I fear. So, this is just like the chorus chords, at first at least, but we're now in a new key. We're in the key of A flat, or maybe it's more accurate to say F minor. So we're thinking with flats now. So this F minor chord, and I'm gonna do octaves here, of course, because we're at the biggest part of the song. F, and then F, A flat, and C. Stepping it down to E flat. That's gonna be E flat, G, B flat. Then we're gonna step down to D flat, and just like with the A's, we can play this as a D flat sus2. So that's gonna be D flat, E flat, and A flat. And then everything kind of just works the way it does in the choruses. I'm probably gonna do those extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart. Yep, and then so the second half, the third time you go around on that, will stay forever this way. You are safe in my C minor. That's gonna be C, E flat, and G. Heart, and my heart will go. And then here we're just gonna do a little on and. So E flat sus4, just like the E flat, except for with the A flat in the middle instead of the G, and then you just drop it down to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna land an A flat and kind of stay in this A flat zone for the rest of the song for the outro. So on and on. This is actually gonna be the outro starting. So here's the outro chords. Now it looks a little intense, but it's not too tricky. We've got A flat major. So the shape here, we got A flat, C, and E flat, A flat octaves here. And once you kind of get to this outro section, you start to back off the volume a little bit. Then we've got E flat over A flat. Notice all of these chords are with the slash A flat. So the only left-hand bass notes this entire section is gonna be A flats. So the E flat over A flat is an inversion of that E flat chord we were doing. It's gonna be G, B flat, and E flat. Notice from the A flat, your pinky can just stay there. Now this D flat 9 chord, so still doing the A flat, we're just gonna move these 2 notes down to do F and A flat, and the pinky is gonna stay on that the E flat. That's the 9. So this whole line is gonna be 2, still kind of pulsing on those half notes, and then back up to the E flat over A flat. You can be really loose with this here. You could do some single note arpeggio stuff. So this one starts the same. This time it's going to actually stay on that D flat 9 over A flat for 2 measures. Even you can kind of slow down, really milk this moment, and then we're going to land on this final chord. It's going to be an A flat add 2. Really beautiful chord. So kept my left hand where it is and just move the right hand down to do a B flat, a C, and an E flat there. I use my 2nd, 3rd, and 5th finger. And then you can just let that ring out, and then the song is over. All right, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I'm now going to do a full cover of the song so you can see how all the parts fit together. And just so there's no confusion, this is the original key. I am just singing an octave lower than Celine Dion sings, but you can sing it just like she does and play it this way and it'll sound great. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this one. And leave a request in the comments. Okay, here is my version of My Heart Will Go On. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime, and never let go till we're gone. Love was when I loved you, one true time I hold to. In my life will always go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. You're